Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And we're going to talk some more about the whole scandal with It Ends With Us from 2024. Yes, that's right. That's right. Ends With Us. Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively. Okay. Now, I just want to review this movie. That's all I really want to do because that's what I do here. I review chick flicks and I give you a straight man's point of view. But this one's a little bit special. Okay, it's a lot special. All right, there's a scandal going on right now. Most of you already know this. Okay, it's ongoing. So as I'm making these videos, there's new developments every day. There's a new development. Okay, and I try to keep a track of it as much as I can, but there's just so much out there. I mean, oh my God, there's just so much out there. All right, I can't. There's no way I could possibly keep up with all of it. Okay, and a lot of it's just junk news, just stuff that you don't really need to hear. It's just clickbait material, just to get you to click on the video so they can say that you watched it. All right, I don't do that stuff here. Okay, I'm just telling you. I'm going to give you a play-by-play of what's going on. But I'm also going to review the movie too. Okay, but I can't really review the movie until I get the scandal out of the way. Okay. So what we're going to talk about in this video, before I go into breaking down the movie scene by scene, okay, which the movie's terrible, by the way. I don't like it at all. It made some money, okay. I gotta make a correction here. I said in an earlier video, I said the movie flopped. Okay, well the reason I said that is because the movie made 351 million. All right, which, like, if you compare that to like a Marvel movie, that ain't crap. Okay, that's worse than Ant-Man Quantumania. Okay, that's not good. Okay, but then when I looked at the budget, though, the budget for the movie was 25 million. Okay, so it was made for nothing. Now 25 million is a lot of money for us. Okay, but in terms of Hollywood, a movie that gets released in theaters, it's not very much at all. Okay, it's an independent movie, very low budget. Okay, and to invest 25 million and then get back 351 million is pretty damn good. So it was a success. Okay, money was made here. Okay, I think a lot of the reason that people went to go see the movie had a lot to do with the scandal. Now, officially, the scandal didn't start until after the movie was released, because a lot of the stuff that we found out later on, like Justin Baldoni and his family, they were forced to go to the premiere they're in a basement of the theater. They weren't allowed to go up there when Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover, that's the author of the book the movie's based on, and all the co-stars, when they were walking the red carpet doing interviews, posing for photos, Justin Baldoni and his family, they were like in a basement. They weren't even allowed to go to the premiere. Okay, they went, but they couldn't be there with Blake Lively and her entourage and stuff. Okay, just stuff like that. All right, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Okay, that stuff, we didn't know about. That stuff was not made public, okay, until the scandal broke. Once the scandal broke, then all of a sudden we started finding out all this information about stuff that was going on behind the scenes when they were filming the movie, stuff that we didn't know about. Okay, usually Hollywood, they try really, really hard. They haven't been very successful lately, but what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to try really hard to keep any sort of bad environments, okay, and any sort of bad stories that might have happened in the production, to keep that out of the media so that people don't know about it. Okay, it's not supposed to get leaked. Okay, they try to keep that stuff a secret because any sort of negative publicity is going to affect the movie. And when it comes down to is, this movie needs to make money. It needs to make money. Okay, that's the reason everyone's there. Don't believe all that crap you see. All the, oh my God, it was such a wonderful experience for me to work on this film and the diversity. But get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's bullshit. Okay, what matters is, does this movie make money? Because if it made money, we're going to make more of it. We're going to make the sequel. Okay, It Ends With Us 2, Electric Boogaloo. We're going to make it if this movie makes money. Okay, if it doesn't make money, we're going to forget it ever happened and move on to something else. Okay, well, the problem here was that when the scandal officially started before the movie came out, but it wasn't blown out of proportions until after the movie came out. All right, that's when we started finding out the behind the scenes stuff. Now, what started it all off, okay, it was Blake Lively. Okay, now I'm just telling you right now, I'm not taking sides on this thing. Okay, I don't like either one of them, to be honest. I don't like Blake Lively. I have some respect for her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, which I'm losing respect for him now. Okay, I don't have any respect for Blake Lively. I have a little bit of respect for Justin Baldoni, and it's not because he's a man and I'm on his side. The hell with that. He's not a real man. Justin Baldoni does not represent men. Okay, he is a pussy. He is a pussy. Okay, I know women with more backbone than him. Okay, he is a pussy. Okay, now those of you who saw Deadpool versus Wolverine like I did, I saw it 3 times. Okay, because I'm a comic book nerd, right? There was a character in Deadpool versus Wolverine, but which, by the way, made $1.6 billion last year, second highest grossing movie of 2024, behind Inside Out 2. All right. Anyway, in Deadpool versus Wolverine, there was a character in there. I can't remember what his name was. I think it was on Nice Pool or whatever. It was Ryan Reynolds. Okay, so Ryan Reynolds, he's in his Deadpool costume, but he doesn't wear a mask. Okay, he's got no scarring, he's got long hair, he's got a man bun. And he's just, hey, how you doing? I'm Nice Pool. You know, I'm a male feminist. This is my little puppy. You like him? Okay, well, you know what? I could actually show you. We could have this moment where we could express our feelings for each other, and we can talk about our problems. And then you can go ahead and drive my car. No problem. Oh, hey, you can have the keys. Take it as long as you want. Okay? That'd be just fine. Come on over. Like that type of a guy. That was actually, believe it or not, there is in the lawsuit that Justin Baldoni filed against Ryan Reynolds. That scene from Nice Pool, that character from Nice Pool, is in the lawsuit because that was Ryan Reynolds making fun of Justin Baldoni. Okay, that was him doing a parody of Justin Baldoni. Apparently, Justin Baldoni is really that way in real life. Okay, and for what I've seen in the interviews, it's true. It's true. Now, what do I think about Justin Baldoni from what I know, what I've read about him, what I've learned about him? The guy is a male feminist. This is what he is, okay? We all live in that era of Me Too, which started in 2017 with the Harvey Weinstein scandal, okay? Men started getting accused left and right a lot, and some of them were legitimate. I mean, like Kevin Spacey, that was legitimate, man. That guy was a sexual predator, okay? But a gay one, but still a sexual predator. You know, so, you know, a lot of stuff, people were getting accused and stuff. You know, some of them I'm not really sure. You know, like Andrew Kingsberg, I don't know if you know who that is. Okay, Andrew Kingsberg was one of the producers for the Arrowverse. Okay, that's Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, those CW superhero shows. Okay, well, he was one of the producers there. He got Me Too'd by Katie Cassidy, the daughter of David Cassidy. Yeah, she was on the show. She was on Arrow. Okay, and so he got fired because of that. And then, like, the quality of the show went to shit. Everything became gay after that. It became gay and trans, and everyone's a racist, and black people are better than white people, and blah blah blah. Immigrant rights, you know, but just because they're legal doesn't mean they got to go back, and all that kind of crap. Okay, trans rights, all that. That's when it went full. And it was already going woke, but when Andrew Kreisberg got fired for because he got Me Too'd, when that happened, the Arrowverse went straight fucking woke all the fucking way. Okay, and that's when a lot of people turned it off. That's when we got shit like Batwoman and stuff. Okay, was after Andy Kreisberg, who was obviously a straight guy. Okay, and he wrote the men on the show, which is the majority of the audience was men. Okay, these are superheroes. Okay, it's not women don't watch this shit as much as men do. Okay, once you lost the masculinity, okay, the show went to shit. It all became about gay rights and trans rights and, you know, black people and hating white people and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what happened. All right, and that's what happened in Hollywood. That's why we got so much of this woke shit, was because the straight men, were all being taken down by Me Too. Okay, and I think it got overplayed, and it wasn't until Amber Heard 2 years ago, when Amber Heard finally got busted, okay, with Johnny Depp, that people start to realize. They started being like, hey, you know what? Maybe some of these women aren't telling the truth. Maybe these women have been lying about being sexually harassed just so they could assume power. You see what I mean? It's like their trump card, no pun intended. It's like their trump card, you know? Well, you know, if they don't do what I say, I'll just sue them for sexual harassment. Then they have to do what I say. Because let's face it, look at your HR departments. Okay, right now, look at your HR departments, okay? Who runs it? Okay, it's all women. It's all women. If a man goes in there with a sexual harassment complaint, his HR, he's going to laugh out of there. But if a woman goes in there with a sexual harassment complaint, oh my God. Dude, the whole office is going to fucking convalesce, come straight towards you, and they're going to work up a case. You see what I mean? And I think it was being abused. Now, of course, there are real sexual harassers out there, that men and women, okay? But you know, I mean, it's got to be impartial, okay? And it's got to be fair, okay? If you're going to accuse someone, you better have fucking evidence, okay? Otherwise, it's just he said, she said. Just because when it's he said, she said, you know, you can't really take a side there because that's not conclusive. You got to have actual evidence here. All right. So that happened. Okay. And I think that's what Blake Lively was trying. Now I'm going to go over here in this video. I'm going to go over a speculation that I have, which a lot of people agree with me. And the pieces all seem to fit together. Okay. Where it makes sense. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the scandal here, okay? Okay, and then after I'm done talking about the scandal, then we're going to go into the whole review on the movie, all right? Which, like I said, I did not like, despite the fact that it made money, made $351 million. I did not like the movie because there's no men in the movie. Okay, the men in that movie did not act like men. And that's all Justin Baldoni, okay? Justin Baldoni does not know what a real man is, okay? I have no respect for him as a man, okay? He is a soy boy, okay? He's a beta male, and I don't think deep down inside he really is one, but I think he plays that role in his professional life. He's so afraid of being accused of offending a woman that he will bend over backwards. He will lick your asshole. He'll lick his own asshole if it makes you be nice to him. Okay, you see what I mean? He's that kind of a person. Okay, that's the sense of it. From everything I've learned about this case here, that's the kind of person that he is. Now, because he's an actor, he does know when to turn on the charm. He's not total beta male. He's not gay. Okay, he does know when to turn on the deep voice and talk to women and get them to do what he wants. Okay, but on the surface, he's very catering towards women. Okay, he's very much like, oh, the woman's in charge, whatever you want. Think Will Smith type shit. Okay, oh, the woman is so beautiful, whatever you want, sweetheart, you are the best, you're absolutely the best, and I'm so excited just to be in your presence, and just the fact that you let me smell your shit just turns me on in a way that nothing else ever has. I mean, he's that type of a person. Okay, a suck dick. Okay, but he eats out pussy. Okay, that's the kind of person that he is. Okay, so I have very little respect for him. Okay, he talks about he wrote fucking books about being a male feminist. He wrote books about how to cut off your balls, okay, and how to be a fucking a pussy beta male, okay, because he knows that's the only way anyone is going to hire him in Hollywood. He can't come in there, walking like a 35-year-old Sylvester Stallone, okay, because they're not going to allow that, okay. No real men are allowed, okay, into those auditions, okay. No real men are allowed into those production meetings, okay. You have to be a pussy beta male soy boy. If you're straight, you have to be a pussy beta male soy boy. If you're gay, that's even better. Okay? But you see what I mean? And especially in this genre, the chick flick genre, it's dominated by women. It's dominated by what women want. Okay? And women, okay, despite evidence to the contrary, women that are making these movies don't want to have a woman fall in love with a strong, powerful alpha man. They can't have that. Okay? Despite the fact that's what women really want. They can't have that in the movie because you got to cater to all those women out there that can't get laid or can only fuck beta males. Okay? And so, and women, despite all their, I'm a badass boss bitch, most women are threatened by men. Big, strong men. Like men like me. Okay? I'm 6'2". Okay? Okay? Most women are automatically threatened by men that are strong, have a deep voice, know what they fucking want, and are aggressive. Okay, as far as that goes, I'm not talking about like sexually aggressive on. I mean, they'll flirt with a girl, but I'm not talking about get physical on there or nothing like that. No. Okay, most women are intimidated by that. Okay, that's why they can admire that from a distance. Okay, but if you're gonna do a movie where a woman falls in love with a guy like that, it's scary. Okay, and the last thing you want to do in a chick flick is scare the woman. Okay, so you got to present them with a man who feels very comfortable. Like, oh my God, like, oh yeah, that guy, he's not tough. He's not gonna hurt me. And if he did, I could give him a good fight, and and I could kick him in the nuts, and he'll run away. Okay, he's not threatening at all. He's very passive. You're very complacent. Very inoffensive. That kind of thing. The friend zone type guy. Okay, that's when these chick flicks, they fall in love with guys like that because they're non-threatening. You see what I mean? A woman knows that if push came to shove, she could kick his ass. You see what I mean? So that's what they want to promote. They want men to be that way, okay? And they want women to fall for men like that because that way women stay in charge. If you fall in love with a beta male, you're in charge. That's the benefit of having a beta male for a partner is you're the one in charge. Ladies, you'll make all the decisions. You'll do everything. You see what I mean? Now he might have to pay for everything, but you'll make all the decisions. You see what I mean? That's how it works, and that's what they want. That's the feminist agenda. That's exactly what they want. Men supplicant to women. Okay, so you can't have strong, powerful men in these movies. Okay, you sure as hell can have a woman fall in love with a guy like that. Okay, and any woman that wants to get her book turned into a movie is not going to write a story like that. You see what I mean? Despite the fact that's really what women want. Now, obviously not all women, but the majority of women are attracted to men that act like men. They're not attracted to soy boys. Okay? And if there's one thing Justin Baldoni is really good at, is playing a fucking soy boy. Because he plays one in real life. You see what I mean? That's why I have very little respect for him. He's a walking don't accuse me of Me Too guy. That's what he is. He goes out of his way to make sure he doesn't get accused of anything that would even come close to sexual harassment. You see what I mean? That's why he acts like the pussy boy. Okay? But he does know when to turn on the masculine side of him, okay? But we'll get to that, all right? He's faking it, okay? But he's faking it so he can get acting roles, so he can get more work in Hollywood. You see what I mean? Because he knows that no female producer, no gay producer is going to take him seriously unless he acts like a pussy. You see what I mean? And that's what he does, okay? And to me, that's being disingenuous, okay? And for that reason, I don't like him. Having said that, okay, weighing the two sides here between Lively and Baldoni, I'm going to side on Baldoni because it looks to me like Baldoni found his nuts once he realized that his career is about to fucking end. His acting career, his directing career, his producing career, all that, he's going to have to declare bankruptcy, all that. And then when that happens, his wife is going to leave him, all this crazy stuff, right? I think he realized that this is it, dude. Like, Blake Lively's about to fucking fuck your world completely up. That he had no choice but to fight back. And for that, I give him respect. I give him more respect than Blake Lively. Okay? Because fucking an A-list, celebrity is not, I mean, it's difficult to find one to put a ring on you, but that's not a skill. Okay? And that's all, that's the only thing she's ever really accomplished. Okay? Her acting is mediocre. She's just another of the millions of pretty girls in Hollywood, only she got a mole on her cheek. Big fucking deal. Okay? But women like her. They like her because she's pretty, but not super pretty. You see what I mean? But as far as her being an actress, a great actress, I don't think she's that good, honestly. I mean, she's no better than anyone else. I mean, Kate Winslet doesn't look as good as Blake Lively, but Kate Winslet's a better actress, And I'd rather fuck Kate Winslet, honestly. But anyway, the point is, so she, that's her thing. Okay, she's married to Ryan Reynolds, who's A-list. And her best friend is Taylor Swift. Okay, Taylor Swift, like I said in the last video, is the Andrew Tate of women, okay, and of white women in America. Okay, that's their goddess that they all get on both knees and worship. Okay, is Taylor Swift. Okay, so she's got power, she's got influence. Okay, so it's a David and Goliath story here. Okay, and Baldoni is fighting back. Okay, because not everybody believes all women now. Thank you, Amber Heard. Thank you. Okay, now it's been proven that some women do lie. Okay, and I think from all the evidence that we've seen here, it looks to me like Blake Lively is going to get the wrong end of this. All right, so let's talk. Okay, let's talk about this here. Okay, so now Justin Baldoni. Okay. A big problem with the whole thing here, okay, with the production of this movie, It Ends With Us, was the marketing strategy. Okay, how they're going to sell the film to the audience. Okay, what was their angle going to be? What was their take going to be in order to convince people to watch this movie? Convince women, not me. Okay, so Baldoni never agreed to the marketing strategy. Okay, he never agreed to the marketing strategy. He was actually marginalized. Okay. The whole point of the movie was to bring awareness to domestic violence. That was Justin Baldoni's plan. Now, Justin Baldoni had the rights. He had the rights to the book, okay, by Colleen Hoover, okay, and the sequel. He had the rights to that too, okay. He got all that first. He was the producer, okay. He has his own production company called Wayfair. Okay, now Wayfair, he has a silent partner, a billionaire named Steve Sorowitz, who provided all the capital, okay, and he uses it, but it's actually Justin Baldoni that runs the company, okay, so it's his reputation on the line, okay, he got the rights, he hired everybody, okay, he hired the wardrobe department, the designers, he hired the musicians, the composers, he hired the editors, he hired the actors, he hired everybody, okay, and he hired himself as the male lead, all right, and yes, he hired Blake Lively, so he hired everybody, okay. Now, his point of the movie was he wanted to bring awareness to domestic violence. Like, that's a big thing, okay? It is a big deal, okay? And even in my family, I mean, I'm going through this right now with my sister. My sister just divorced her husband. My brother-in-law just divorced him like 3 months ago, okay? Because he was beating her up. I didn't know. She kept it a secret from me. She didn't tell me because she knows goddamn well what I was going to fucking do to him, okay, if I had found out. But she kept it a secret because she was embarrassed. And also because, it's not really something she wanted. She knew what would happen if I found out what I was going to do to him. Okay? And she wanted to protect me from that, and from, whatever. Okay? Not protect me, protect protect me from the consequences of what will happen to me if I beat the shit out of him. You see what I mean? She wanted to. She knows who I am. Okay, I fucking raised her after mom died. For Christ's sake, all right. So so I had to deal with that. Okay, she's divorced him now. She doesn't live with him anymore. That kind of thing. That was all a thing about like jealousy. Because like when my sister married him, they were both high school graduates. Okay, but my sister went to college, graduated college, got a really good job. Okay. Whereas he has just been doing nothing but dead end jobs. So the resentment, his wife makes more money than him. The resentment, he also likes to smoke weed and blah, 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 just not doing anything with his life. His wife is the one paying all the bills now. She's getting resentful that she's become the man in this relationship. He should be supporting her instead of her supporting him. Okay. So that tests his masculinity. So how does he fucking like reclaim his masculinity? By shoving her around. You see what I mean? Okay, and I think a lot of guys do that. Okay, not as many as they'll portray in movies, but I think it's a big factor. Okay, men don't feel like they're really men anymore. They're gonna lash out. I'm not saying that all of them do that. I'm not even saying most of them do that. Okay, but it is a factor for guys that do that. That's usually why. Okay, I said I'm not making excuses for him. Okay, or guys that do that stuff. Me personally, I've never hit a woman in my entire life, and I'm very proud of that fact. But I do know why men do that sometimes. Okay, and I also know it's not nearly a crisis as women hitting men. That's an epidemic. Okay, because women know they can get away with it, nothing's going to happen to them. If the guy defends himself, it's the guy that's going to go to jail, not the woman. Okay, that's the real cause. But no one's going to make a fucking movie about that. You know why? Because no one gives a shit about us. That's why. Okay, we're just supposed to put up with your shit, but you're not supposed to even consider ours. Okay, moving right along. Okay, so yes, so Justin Baldoni wanted the movie to focus on domestic violence. He wanted to bring awareness to that. Like we haven't had fucking talk shows talking about and made-for-TV movies talking about domestic violence for the past fucking 50 years. Okay, it's nothing new. All right. Okay, now Justin Baldoni did make sure that 1% of the proceeds from this movie did go to a charity called No More. Okay, which deals with domestic violence. Okay, so his heart is in the right place. I get what he was trying to do here. Okay. Now Blake, if you want to get women on your side, you make a movie about domestic violence, how men are all assholes, and women they'll be rushing to give you money. Okay, it makes sense. All right. Now Blake Lively, she says that Baldoni hired a woman named Melissa Nathan as his publicist. Okay, to plant negative stories about her in the press. Okay, so basically before the movie came out, okay, Blake Lively was doing the marketing. She was promoting the movie, doing interviews. Okay, but she was doing something kind of weird. Okay, during her interviews for the promotion of It Ends With Us, she would always promote her hairline. I guess she has like a hair products line that she created, and she also has a booze line I think it's called Booze or Boz or something like that. Like Buzz. It's called Buzz. Sorry. She had her own drink line called Buzz. All right. And she would drop that stuff during the commercials. I mean, during her interviews, she would promote her own stuff that has nothing to do with Baldoni's company or the movie, right? Just promoting her own products. Okay. Like Gwyneth Paltrow does with Goop. She's always name dropping Goop. You should try my Goop, my pussy lotion. It smells just like shit. That kind of stuff. Okay, that's what Blake Lively was doing. Okay, she took up a page from Gwyneth Paltrow's book. All right. Okay, so she was doing that, and it made her come across as disingenuous. Okay, and so people started writing negative articles about her. Okay. And now Blake Lively's saying that that it was actually the publicist that Justin Baldoni hired. Okay, Melissa Nathan, that was making those negative articles about Blake Lively happen. Okay? So she, according to Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni hired this woman to leak negative information about her to the internet, to the public, so that these trade magazines would write negative stories about Blake Lively. That's what Blake Lively says. Baldoni says that he only hired Melissa Nathan, the publicist, okay, for protection. Okay? His text... Now, he only hired her for protection, okay, to make sure that any of this negative publicity that is going towards Blake Lively affects his movie. You want to make sure that none of that rubs off onto his movie. That's why he hired her, okay? He actually had nothing to do with that negative publicity, okay? That's what he's saying, okay? And he does provide, Justin Baldoni set up a website, okay? He said, look it up, it's there, where he's actually publishing all this evidence that refutes pretty much all of Blake Lively's claims. All right. and he posted the text messages that prove that he didn't, because Blake Lively thought that he was using bots, okay, for negative publicity, okay, using bots, okay, to give check, thumbs ups to articles that were negative towards her, okay. So she accused him of using bots, okay, to garner up the numbers, okay, the views, okay, for all these negative articles on her, okay. But actually, Baldoni actually has text messages that prove that he has text messages with Melissa Nathan, his publicist, that prove they never used bots, okay. So no, that didn't happen, okay. Now, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, okay, and Colleen Hoover, who's the author of the book It Ends With Us, okay, they all of a sudden unfollowed Justin Baldoni. They unfollowed him. Once that happened on social media, everybody started talking about it, okay? Okay, and they refused to promote the movie with him. Okay, so they went to Sony and they said, we're not going to market this movie with him. We're not going to promote it with him at all, okay? If we're going to do interviews for this movie, he had better not be in the room with us. That kind of a thing, We're not going to pose for pictures together. None of that shit, all right? Okay, and Blake Lively induced other cast members to shun Justin Baldoni. Okay, so she used her clout to tell all the other cast members, okay, to stay away from Justin Baldoni, your boss, the producer and director of this movie. Okay, shun him, unfollow him, don't talk to him, don't be seen with him, and sure as hell don't take your picture with him. Stay away from him. Okay? So all of a sudden Blake Lively's running this show now, okay? Even if the sexual harassment claims were true, why would she have to tell everybody to fucking stay away from Justin Baldoni? You see what I mean? Anyway, so okay. So thereby, by her having all the cast members shun him, okay, it makes it look like Justin Baldoni had done something wrong, okay? It makes him look guilty. Because all of a sudden, all the cast members are staying away from him, like he's got leprosy. You see? So for the optics of that, it's like, oh my God, they must know something that we don't. He must have done something bad. Ooh, I'm going to stay away from him too. You see what I mean? That's what Baldoni says is going on, okay? He says that Blake Lively only allowed him and his team to attend the premiere for the movie. The only reason they were allowed to the premiere is if they were segregated from the main cast and barred from the after party. Okay? Just think about that for a second. You're the director, you're the producer, you're the star of this movie, and you are not allowed to go to the premiere with everyone else, and you're sure as hell not allowed to attend the after party. Wouldn't you be a little bit upset? Even if you were a beta male soy boy, wouldn't you be a little bit upset? Okay, right? Okay, and not only that, but Baldoni was forced to pay for his own after party. Okay, he couldn't even go to the official after party. He had to make his own. And he had to pay for that with his own money. Okay? Wow. Okay, and the time he spent on the red carpet, okay, was cut short. So that he wouldn't share, so that Blake Lively didn't have to share the red carpet with him. Okay? Because they were not going to be on the red carpet at the same time. All right? Him and his family had to celebrate in a basement. Okay? They had to celebrate the premiere of the movie in a basement of the movie theater. Okay? And yes, Justin Baldoni did post the pictures to prove it. There's him and his family in a fucking basement, all dressed up nice, in a basement because they weren't allowed to attend the party upstairs. The one where Blake Lively was in her dress with Ryan Reynolds and all that, and smiling for the paparazzi with Colleen Hoover, the author. All that. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of fucked up, don't you think? Okay. So Baldoni says that while they were filming It Ends With Us, the Deadpool Wolverine movie did premiere. Okay, like I said, I went to go see it. All right. So they went to the premiere. Okay, at the Deadpool Wolverine premiere, Ryan Reynolds approached Justin Baldoni's agent. Okay, an executive from the William Morris Endeavors. That's the name of the talent agency that Baldoni is a client of. Okay, the William Morris Endeavors. Okay. They're like CAA, okay, Creative Artists Association. Okay, that's the biggest one. But one of the biggest one, one of the 5 biggest ones is the other one, William Morris Endeavors. Okay, that is the agency, okay, that hires Justin Baldoni. Okay, that gets him jobs. All right. Well, you know, if you're an actor in Hollywood or anything in Hollywood with your producer, a director, a writer, you have to have an agent. Okay? If you have a good agent, you're pretty much guaranteed roles. Okay? If you have a bad agent, then you've got to audition, you got to work hard, you got to prove, you got to publicize yourself, you got to do all this kind of shit, right? So obviously, all the best actors, okay, all the A-listers, they have agents. They have really good agents. Okay. Okay. Well, Ryan Reynolds went to, according to Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds went to an executive, unnamed, an executive at William Morris Endeavors. Okay. And told him to drop Justin Baldoni as a client. Drop him. Get rid of him. Okay. And that is why, when Baldoni heard about this, this is the reason that he hired Melissa Nathan to be his publicist. Okay, this is the reason he did it, okay? In order to protect him from the negative publicity that's going to happen if this were to happen, okay? Now, William Morris Endeavors publicly denied this, okay? You know, but they did actually drop him, okay? But we'll get to that, all right? Anyway, Baldoni claims that the nice, like I said earlier in this video, Nice Pool, the character that the parody that Ryan Reynolds did in Deadpool versus Wolverine was making fun of Justin Baldoni. The man bun, which Baldoni had at that time, okay, the feminist language, okay, the attitude, the hello there, I'm Nice Pool. Why would anything happen to me? Now, if you notice in the movie, in Deadpool versus Wolverine, there's a scene at the climax where there's like dozens of different types of Deadpools that are attacking the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool and Wolverine and stuff. And Nice Pool is there too, okay? There's even a female Deadpool with a big ponytail, blonde ponytail, okay? That female Deadpool underneath the mask was actually Blake Lively. Yes, Blake Lively had a cameo in the Deadpool Wolverine. Okay, she played a female Deadpool, Lady Deadpool from the comic books, okay? And there's a scene in there where the normal Deadpool is holding up Nice Pool, okay? And he's using Nice Pool as a shield. So when they're shooting at him, they're actually shooting Nice Pool. So Nice Pool's getting shot and dying. And the person that delivers the killing blow, the killing blow to Nice Pool is Lady Deadpool, played by Blake Lively. So she delivers the killing shot that kills Nice Pool. Nice Pool, who is a parody of Justin Baldoni. And if that's not enough evidence for you, okay, this entire scene takes place where? In front of a flower shop. Yes, a flower shop, which Blake Lively's character, Lily Bloom, yes, Lily Blossom Bloom. I know that's her real name in the movie. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yes, she opens up a flower shop in the movie. She owns and operates a flower shop. Okay. So do you think Justin Baldoni might have some grievances here with the way he was being portrayed in this movie? Okay. Yes, okay. This is not, you can't tell me this is a coincidence, okay? TJ Miller, who was an actor in the first two Deadpool movies, he publicly said he'll never work with Ryan Reynolds again because there's a scene in Deadpool 2 where Ryan Reynolds, as Deadpool in character, okay, basically berated TJ Miller's character, calling him, oh, you're just nothing but a wannabe actor who's, you know, trying to get acting jobs and publicity off of A-list actors, you know, that kind of thing. He said that out loud while they were filming the scene, which was just very, very, like close to home. Like, what the fuck would you do that? But he did under the skies of I was in character. You see what I mean? But he insulted him personally while in character while they were filming in Deadpool 2. Okay? Very passive aggressive, okay? So this is definitely inside of Ryan Reynolds' wheelhouse to do something like this, okay? So anyway, yes. Okay, moving right along, okay? Now, Blake Lively, she claims that Justin Baldoni, remember, there's 3 lawsuits here, okay? There's Justin Baldoni. He filed a lawsuit, $250 million against the New York Times. Okay? Because, okay, sorry, let me start all over again, okay? Remember I said in the very beginning, okay, that some negative publicity started coming out about Blake Lively while she was promoting the movie, okay? Well, Blake Lively says that it was bots, okay, that were being used by Melissa Nathan, who was hired by Justin Baldoni, to generate this negative publicity on her, okay? So, in exchange, she decided to hire her own publicist, okay? To leak negative publicity on Justin Baldoni. All this is passive aggressive, okay? Like I said, Baldoni says he never did that. He never hired anyone to put a hit piece on Blake Lively. It's his own movie. He would only kill his own movie if he did that, right? Makes no sense. All right. So Blake Lively went to the New York Times, okay, and leaked some information about Baldoni. The New York Times published a smear campaign against Justin Baldoni. When Baldoni read that, this is after the movie premiered, when Baldoni read that, he filed a $250 million lawsuit on the New York Times, okay? In response to that, okay, Blake Lively filed a sexual harassment suit on Justin Baldoni, okay? In response to that, Baldoni filed a $400 million lawsuit on Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, okay? So that's where we're at right now, okay? Well, once she files for sexual harassment, she's automatically now the victim, okay? Because anything you say against that means that you hate women and you think it's okay for women to be sexually harassed. You see what I mean? So she used that as a shield. She used that as a shield to protect her from criticism and from scrutiny, okay? And from scrutiny, okay? And whenever this happens, whenever a woman is proven wrong, okay, whenever she's proven that she actually lied, whenever that happens, women always go to the same defense. Justin, yeah, that's right. Blame the woman. Just another example of how the patriarchy is in charge. And no one ever blames the women whenever this happens. See what I mean? This is another example of misogyny. You see what I mean? That's what they all say when it finds out that they're full of shit. Okay? And of course, Blake Lively's doing that here too. Okay? I don't believe that Justin Baldoni did sexually harass her. Like I said, his wife was in the movie. His wife was on set every day. Okay? I don't think he harassed her. Okay? There might have been something going on, but if something did go on, it was mutual. Okay? Why else would Ryan Reynolds get so mad? You see what I mean? So if anything did happen, it was mutual. Okay? And even then, maybe that was even on purpose on Blake Lively's part, because we're going to go into a theory that a lot of people have that makes sense, okay, as to why this happened, okay? Now, the theory deals with Blake Lively. If this movie is a success, okay, she wants complete control over the sequels, okay, but she can't because Justin Baldoni owns those rights. So there is a morality clause in the contracts that they signed that if Baldoni were to do something bad, okay, then he would lose the rights to this franchise, okay? Because Colleen Hoover's written more than one book on this, all right? Thereby, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds can sweep in there, claim the rights for themselves, and then they can control the franchise. Since Blake Lively is the main character, she's going to be in all the sequels. You see what I mean? But they've got to get Baldoni to do something bad in order for that to happen. In order to go that route, okay? So what better than accuse him of sexual harassment, okay? Because let's face it, 5 years ago, you're accused, you're convicted, just like that. In the court of public opinion, if nowhere else. It wasn't until Johnny Depp, okay, beat Amber Heard, okay, that people started to change their minds about this stuff. Because before that, it was believe all women. It was always believe all women. You see what I mean? So that's the theory there, okay? But we'll go into that in the next video. I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue talking about this stupid scandal. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.